Today I'm going to spread out that blanket that I'm using to make my kakumaki from, and I'm going to assess exactly how badly it destroyed itself in the wash. While preparing to do that this morning, this whole practice reminded me of something I read about recently on the internet called kintsugi. And kintsugi, if you aren't familiar with it, is it's a Japanese practice of repairing broken pottery by using a glue or adhesive that is mixed with like a gold powder or dust. And the point of doing this is to not conceal, but bring out where it was harmed, injured, broken, whatever, and sort of glorify it. And I think that this practice is pretty beautiful to kind of highlight or bring notice to, and by doing so, honor the history of an object, even if that involves it having been damaged or broken in the course of its existence. So I think that what I am going to do if I have to patch the old quilt up in some way is borrow from this kintsugi practice and glorify the tears and rips that I have to repair either through sewing or patching. This Japanese mindfulness is part of another umbrella philosophy of theirs called wabi-sabi. This word. Wabi-sabi is about appreciating something that's either incomplete or damaged or not ideal, and meeting it where it is and appreciating it in that form, or finding beauty in flaws. And I think that this whole project with the blanket kakumaki fits that philosophy, and it's the mindfulness that I want to channel. It's very akin to who I am as a person. To the blanket. So this thing lives on the couch. Yesterday I did notice that there's this hole that actually cuts all the way through the blanket from one side to another. The other thing I noticed about this is that all of these little stitches that you see on it, these actually connect one side of the fabric to the other side, and there are hundreds. So if I want to detach or decouple one piece of fabric from the other, I'm gonna have to seam rip every single one of these lines. This is definitely gonna be a labor of love. So this process took a couple of hours, and I had to do it kind of slowly and carefully because the fabric was very delicate. The process of doing this felt what I imagined butchering an animal would be like if you were very close to that animal. It also kind of felt like in the game that I'm playing right now, Monster Hunter, once you're done beating the crap out of your game, you can stand over its body and carve off pieces to drag back to town and make armor out of. This definitely felt like that. I was scavenging usable parts from my blanket. Oh, so it was like hunting a royal Ludroth, but one that I'm friends with. I really don't like that. So I think I'm gonna, in my mind, I'm not beating up the Ludroth. Life beat the Ludroth up. I'm doing triage. It's just a messy triage that involves some level of reassembly. Disassembly and reassembly. There, that feels better. So this is the side that's banged up the most, and it seems like it's really just these 2 or 3 tears right here, and then the one that goes all the way through, kind of in the middle. Kind of a small one up here to deal with. But other than these 3, And then this larger one down here, it's kind of a doozy too. And then on this other side, there's a couple on this end. There's problems everywhere.